A handful more witnesses.
Chair Witt, can you hear me? Chair Witt, are you able to hear me?
Who is this, please?
I'm sorry, Tammy Jacobs, Wilsonville, and I was disconnected for probably 10 minutes and got back on. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't bypassed yet.
I believe we called your name earlier.
When my mute wasn't my mute was not unmuting, and I had to hang up and dial back in when you called.
All right.
I apologize.
Ms. Jacobs, why don't you go ahead then?
Good evening, Chair Witt and all that are attending this call. Decades resident of Wilsonville on the Willamette River, and we have procreated with all of the changes in the last 20 years, 25 years that we've recreated on the Willamette. I just want to ask that we do take our time in reviewing and not rushing through. I've seen that the new legislative changes that went through are not being enforced. We live right on the river, and we'll see these boats coming through, pulling a huge, instead of planing and not throwing these huge wakes, instead of banning the boats, just ban the ability that they can throw these wakes in these areas, because they can recreate without doing so. Secondly, there was Governor Brown, who has funded and improving the Oregon City locks to reopen, which would bring a lot more traffic. We're talking larger boats to come up through the locks. How is that going to impact? But I am opposed to the two bills. Thank you.
Chair Witt, you're on mute.
Thank you, Ms. Jacobs. I appreciate that. Next up, please, Richard Ayu, please, from Oregon City. Tom Whitaker from Wilsonville. Donald Zabudsky from Lake Oswego.
Chair Witt, David Yasnoff here from Portland. I've got a tight 60 seconds if you have time.
All right, please.
Chair Witt, thank you for hearing me and representatives. Oregon made a landmark economic and cultural choice in 1967 when it prohibited the private ownership of beaches. In addition to opposing the bills here, I believe similar beach bill type legislation is needed now for riverfront property. Some wealthy riverfront property owners may believe that because they have been allowed to build docks on the public rivers, their stretch of the river is their property. It is not, it is ours. Just like Cannon Beach is not the property of the adjacent landowners, our rivers are not owned by the people who happen to have homes adjacent to them. These wealthy landowners believe one source of wakes and one source only should be singled out, and the entire community of thousands of wake surfing enthusiasts in Oregon, dealers, boat storage companies, and businesses on the river should have their sport banned. I would suggest instead that they update their docks at their expense or remove those docks from the public waterways. And to highlight the absurdity of these environmental claims, Ross Island Concrete behind our house back here has been raping the Willamette River for 100 years, and no one cared about that. But now that wake surfers are damaging wealthy landowners' docks, now there's a move to try to restrict our sport. Thank you for your time.
Sir. And could you please, David, give us your name for the record?
David Michael Yasnoff.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. I think we have time possibly for two more witnesses. James Moreland. Chelsea Mitchell.
Oh, it's not doing it. Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes, is this Chelsea?
Yes, it is. Hi,
Welcome.
Chair Witt and all the members of the committee. My name is Chelsea Mitchell, and I'm here to testify in opposition of House Bill 2555 and 2725. My family and I are riverfront homeowners in Westland, and we've lived at this location for 8 years. And the entire reason for moving to the home we now live in was to have access to the river, specifically for paddling, boating, and towed sports activities. And we've enjoyed the river as a family ever since. My 9-year-old daughter is thrilled at having learned how to surf and water ski, and it's definitely a highlight of every summer. And it's brought her confidence and provided a great opportunity for our family to enjoy the outdoors together. We've also used our river experience to bond with other local families and that share the same interest as us, and we've created a lovely community that respects all river users. The proposed legislation changes our life entirely. These regulations are incredibly far-reaching and catastrophic for only one type of river user. If we truly want to be inclusive, and I hope that we are, I feel that for the Willamette to truly be a place for access for all, let's take time to be clear on what our options are before imposing such far-reaching regulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And with that, I am going to end the public testimony this evening and remind everyone that those of you who would like to submit written comments may do so. The record will be open until 3:15 tomorrow. And with that,
Is it possible to have the wasted time on videos that wouldn't play added to the time for public comment?
all right.
Yeah, we second that.
All right, there will be no comments
Heard
until
that.
called upon. Thank you.
You played videos
With
multiple
that, I
times, it
will
didn't work.
adjourn.
Well, maybe you should learn how to play videos next time.
This is
no.
farcical. Farcical.
Hey, everybody, settle down, settle down. Northwest Spokesforce here, Pat McDonald, Chair Witt. Can I get 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 30 seconds?
Okay, with that, I
Chair Witt, you're on mute.
Can we please have 30 seconds to speak? We sat here all night long.
3 hours.
We
with
can
that,
go
with
at a
that,
time.
I'm closing the public hearing on House Bills 27, 25, and
Please speak,
25.
Mr.
I'd
Witt.
like to speak.
Reminding gavel,
Position,
reminding everyone.
Can we please speak, Mr. Witt?
Ms.
issue. I'd like 1 minute, please.
Turn them all
The
off.
voters of Oregon,
Ms. Maskey, will you please turn them
from
all
the
off?
voters of Oregon, voters, your constituents, people that voted for you.
With that, again, I remind the public that the record will remain open
Please.
until 3:15 p.m. tomorrow.
Whatever.
And Ms. Maskey, would you please tell us what our business